Hi, good day. We are the Group 2 from Grade 11 Bernoulli, and this is our presentation for Week 4, Substitution Rule for Indefinite Integrals. So, without further ado, let's begin.
Definite integrals. The definite integral is defined to be exactly the limit and summation that we look at in the last section to find the net area between a function and the x-axis. Also take note that the notation for the definite integrals is very similar to the notation for an indefinite integral. Definition of method 1. This is the first step in method 1 as we seen from previous lessons. Apply the substitution technique in the given function similar to the procedure used in indefinite integrals but with respect to y. The second step is to express its antiderivative in terms of x. Lastly, on our third step, in method 1, apply FTOC using the original limits of integration. Definition of method 2. Method 2 is actually the same to method 1, but it's more easier. First step in method 2 is apply substitution directly to the definite integral. Second is set new bounds or limits of integration and get the antiderivative. Lastly, apply FTOC using the new limits of integration. We should take note that there is no difference between the two methods, just that the second directly applies substitution to the function and gives a fast way to solve the answer.
For example number 1, our given is integral from 0 to 1 of x plus 1 cubed dx. So to solve this, we need to apply U substitution, wherein U is equals to x plus 1. We will be able to get integral from 1 to 2 of q cubed du. Then, we're going to apply the power rule and get 1 for q raised to 4 between the limits of 1 to 2. Lastly, after substitution and simplification, we will arrive to the answer 15 over 4.
Example number 2. Let's say we have the problem of integral from 0 to 1 of x minus 2 cubed dx. To compute for the solution, we need to apply U substitution. U equals x minus 2. We will get the answer of integral from negative 2 to negative 1 of u du. And lastly, we will apply the power rule, which will give us u raised to 4 over 4 multiplied by negative 1 and negative 2. And our final answer will be negative 15 over 4.
So for our first example, we're given the equation of the integral from 1 to 2 of x squared times the square root of x cubed plus 1 dx. Our first step here is to apply the U substitution by substituting x cubed plus 1 with u and getting the derivative of that, which will give us du is equal to 3x squared dx. And in order to get the same value in the equation, we're going to divide both sides by 3, which will give us du over 3 is equal to x squared dx. And after substituting u and du in the equation, we're going to get the integral of from 1 to 2 of the square root of u du over 3. And after taking out the constant, which is the 1/3, we're going to get 1/3 times the integral from 1 to 2 of the square root of u du. And after getting the new values of u, which are 2 and 9, we're going to get the new equation, which would be 1/3 times the integral from 2 to 9 of the square root of u du. After applying the rule of exponents, we could replace the square root of u with u raised to 1/2. After applying the power rule, we're gonna get 1/3 times u raised to 3/2 over 3/2 evaluated from 2 to 9. And after substituting back x cubed plus 1 with u, we're gonna get the equation of 1/3 times 2 times x cubed plus 1 raised to 3/2 over 3 evaluated from 2 to 9. And after evaluating it from 2 to 9, we're gonna get the final answer, which will become 54 minus 4 square root of 2 over.
For the fourth example, we have the integral of x over 3x squared minus 1 cubed dx in between 1 to 3. apply the substitution rule, we have u is equals to 3x squared minus 1. Then, du is equals to 6x dx. Simplify, it will be 1 over 6 du is equals to x dx. Next, get the limits. Substitute x in 3x squared minus 1. When x is equals to 1, u is equals to 2. When x is equals to 3, u is equals to 26. Apply the FTOC. With the new limits, we have 1/6 times integral of u raised to negative 3 times du in between 2 to 26. Find the antiderivative of u raised to negative 3. It will be 1/6 times u raised to negative 2 over negative 2 between the limits of 2 to 26. And substitute the new bounds to the FTOC formula. We have negative 112 times 26 raised to negative 2 minus 2 raised to negative 2. Using the calculator, we can find the answer, which is 7 over 338.
So, to evaluate the definite integral, given that our problem is x squared multiplied by quantity 1 plus 2x cubed raised to the third power dx from 0 to 1, we will be applying U substitution. So, u will be equal to 1 plus 2x cubed, and then our du will be x squared dx. So, continuing with the process and applying the power rule, we will get u raised to 4 over 4, and then we will proceed to multiply 3 raised to 4 minus 1 raised to 4 over 4 by 1 over 6. Our final answer will then be 10 over 3 or 0.33.
Evaluate the definite integral. So, we have here the integral of x times x squared minus 1 quantity cubed dx from 0 to 1. So, for this example, we will use method 2 to solve for the definite integral. So, in the second method, the substitution is applied directly to the definite integral, and the limits or bounds of integration are also changed according to the substitution applied. So, how is this done? If the substitution u is equal to g of x is applied, then the limits of integration x is equal to a and x is equal to b are changed to g of a and g of b respectively. The FTOC is then applied to the definite integral, where the integrand is a function of u, and using the new limits of integration, u is equal to g of a and u is equal to g of b. To illustrate this method, let us consider our example right here, which is the integral of x times x squared minus 1 quantity cubed dx from 0 to 1. So, applying the substitution technique, we'll let u is equal to x squared minus 1. So, du is equal to 2x dx. And for the limits of integration in the given definite integral, these are changed in accordance to the substitution u is equal to x squared minus 1. So, if x is equal to 0, then u would be equal to negative 1. And if x is equal to 1, then u would be equal to 0. So after that, we then apply the FTOC to the definite integral involving the new variable u yielding. So after solving for everything, we now have the definite integral of x times x squared minus 1 quantity cubed dx from 0 to 1, which is negative 1 over 8 or negative 0.125.
So that's it for our presentation, and hopefully you like our video. Again, that is all. Thank you and have a nice week ahead.